going to go? I have nowhere to go, no family to call on, no nothing. We don't have anywhere to go with the baby.
Here at home, dozens of families find themselves left out in the rain as a court order closes the place they call home.
This is what happened at the Economy Inn on Brainerd Road moments after it was declared a public nuisance. Crews boarded up windows and doors and told residents they had to get out.
We're bringing you team coverage tonight. Hannah Lawrence will show us why those living and working nearby say they've lived in fear because of what's happening at the Economy Inn.
But first, Catherine Marchand tells us the impact on this eviction is having on so many families tonight. Catherine.
Josh, Latricia, this sign says weekly rates available, but tonight this building is closed to everyone, including people who've already paid their rent.
Forced out without notice.
The cops knocked on our door and just told us that we had to get out. The place is being condemned.
Justin Brown and dozens of others found themselves in that situation this morning. Police told them to remove everything they own from their rooms at the Economy Inn on Brainerd Road.
I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to do. I was wondering where am I going to go with no money? I just paid rent. Where am I going to go?
Ashley Braswell has lived here for 2 years. She says many people, like Charles Mayweather, stay for months at a time.
This month was covered. Next month is covered, and now I'm just out of a lot of money. And a lot of people is out a lot of money.
The DA's office told us while there's no guarantee these residents will get that money back, the city, the county, and nonprofits are working with them to make sure they have a place to stay tonight and in the weeks ahead. But it's not clear who's leading that effort.
Well, it's sort of like a controlled chaos.
Ken Sauer is the pastor of Eastridge United Methodist Church. He says former residents can stay at his church while they look for something permanent.
When something like this happens, that they're not going to be thrown out on the street.
But Brown says it's still scary not knowing where you'll go next.
It's hard to describe the feeling, but it's just like being kicked while you're down or something. I mean, I just don't see how they could really do something like that.
Neighbors say this shutdown, though, was a long time coming. Hannah Lawrence joins us now from the other side of the building to show us what measures some property owners have taken to protect their property. Hannah?
Catherine, the man whose property backs up to the inn says that he's had trouble with break-ins. He's even had people dumping diapers and strollers over this wall into his backyard. Neighbors all unhappy about what's come with living next to this hotel.
I went to the front desk, whoever the guy was in there, I went to the front desk and complained about it.
When he first moved in 5 years ago, Michael Gladen says his house was broken into and trashed. Since then, he's installed all of these cameras and gotten a big dog to protect himself.
It should have been shut down a long time ago.
And he's not the only one who thinks that.
It's been a long time coming. We just didn't know when it was going to happen.
Brian Hawkins works at the auto shop that sits right in front of the inn. He says he's called police several times about criminal activity he's seen here. His business even put up this fence to prevent car break-ins.
Not only is it a fence, but we got barbed wire around it.
He's also made more urgent calls to 911 while on the clock. One of them he remembers well.
It was 3 people got shot that day.
According to this petition filed by the district attorney, in the last 2 years, police have been called here 800 times. Andrew Coyle says that's one of the things that led his office to take this measure.
I think that the property itself has provided a place for bad things to happen.
Tonight, neighbors say they feel badly for the people who don't have anywhere to stay, but they hope the shutdown keeps them and their families safer.
Records show that the health department last inspected this facility in 2015. It had multiple violations at that time. Coming up at 6, we'll tell you what they were and why the health department hasn't been here since. For now, reporting live in Hamilton County, Hannah Lawrence, News Channel 9.
Hannah, thank you. We requested any code enforcement violation documents from the property in the last year. We're still waiting to receive those from the city. All right, coming up, we'll have the latest on the shooting in Florida as we learn more from